Welcome to Panther Sports Talk Inside the Dome with UNI head football coach Mark Farley. And coach, another year, feeling pretty good with what you're seeing out of the guys early on here in camp.
Yeah, we're on schedule. That's the key to camp, and I really sense that we're on schedule as far as installation, as far as knowing our football team. And now we're going to find out, once you get to the execution phase on game day, that's where we're going to find out where we're really at.
Let's go back just a little bit further. A good fall in your estimation with how things worked out heading into the summer?
Oh yeah, the fall. I go back to the fall. You had the toughest schedule per se, the strongest schedule, and then yet you were a playoff team and really did well in those regards of playing who you played. Yeah. And then spring, a lot of guys were out in the spring. So I say we're probably behind coming out of spring because we had 17 guys coming out of surgeries and injuries and couldn't participate in spring. So had to have a great summer. I felt we gained some ground in the summer by with the summer access and some of the things that we're allowed to do now. And then camp, I'm really pleased with camp, exceptionally pleased with camp, because I think we've stayed on point. Coaching staff has done a great job and the players have done a great job and really came together and got a lot done.
I was just curious how all that works out because, yeah, coming off the playoffs, a good season, but then you graduate some key guys. At what point do leaders kind of emerge and say, all right, those guys are gone, now it's my team to take over?
Yeah, and a lot of things, I think the misconceptions of leaders, that you think it's your turn to be the leader or somebody that's loud is a leader. I don't believe that. I really think that leaders, you instill the things, the confidence and the production creates leaders. And if you can lead by being quiet, you can lead by being loud and vocal, but just because you talk a lot doesn't make you a leader. Sure. So it's one of those things that make sure you can do your job and you're responsible for your segment, and then others will follow you, which makes you a leader.
What do you like about your offensive line? Is that's going to be a huge part of this offense this year?
Well, it's big because I feel good about our offensive line and good about our defensive line coming into this season. I think those are our staples at UNI Football, and I think those are our staples for this football team.
You have some options at quarterback, which is good. You have depth there. What do you like about your backfield with that, as well as running back, where you got to replace both Eli as well as Marcus? Well,
the choices at quarterback, we have 4, and 2 are true freshmen, so I think that kind of puts them in a tough spot. Sure. With inexperience. And then we have 2 guys that have been on our team but have no experience either as far as game day. So I think it's narrowed down to 2 or 3. We know who the quarterback is just by how he's performed. And every year I've been here, we've had to play 2 quarterbacks due to injury at some time. So we better make sure 2 are ready. Sure. And that third guy is going to be the backup going into some game, and it might be the biggest game of the season, mid-season. So we have to treat them all like starters and get them ready.
Sounds great. What about your receiving core? You got some big targets out there.
Well, we need big targets. I mean, there's a lot of names there. And like I've told the team throughout camp, it's one thing to have a name, it's another thing to be a player, production. And you can only game a name. These guys we talk of, the Jalen Jameses, Jalen Rimas, the Isaiah Westons, they created a name for themselves because of the production they've had on their team. But all that matters is what happens this year, and are they ready to take it to another level.
New quarterbacks like the tight end position, and you like your tight ends this year, don't you?
I like, Bradley Moore is by question, by all means, one of the better tight ends in FCS, if not the best one in FCS. So we have a really good tight end. And then Tristan Bohr is a guy that has really developed himself and made himself into a very good tight end, so he'll be the second tight end. And then we're looking for that third tight end should something happen to the 2.
Specialty teams, you feel pretty good heading into that first game at Iowa State, punter, kicker?
I never feel good before I know what they actually do in a game, but I'm confident in the fact that what really came out of camp is, Cook has really done a nice job, a true freshman, really done a good job kicking for us throughout camp with a lot of consistency and leg strength. Sam Drysdale still coming off an injury, and punting-wise will be open, but Kibbe is punting right now, and he's a defensive back that's punting for us, but he's got experience and some maturity as well.
We've covered the offense. The special teams will be back to talk defense with head coach Mark Farley as we get ready for the start of the 2019 football season. Stay around for more Panther Sports Talk.